Y'all, our community feeding was a success. We fed 140 members of our community a free plate of red beans with smoked sausage and rice, jiffy cornbread, cake, and water. A success. Thank God.
Y'all, no matter what the situation, every day is a new day for new grace, new mercy, and a chance to get it right. You know, sometimes we get in our feelings about things, we're hurting and we don't know how to do it. That's when you go to God. That's why you can stock the shelves all day long. But if you don't have people to ring up the merchandise, it's just a waste. It's no point, right? Although KMART closed, KMART, I'm telling you, I tell people this today. If you hire somebody that worked at Kmart, they have good work ethics. They just do. It was instilled in us. The way we worked together they created an atmosphere of a culture of being a team. And that made a big difference in how we performed. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's Friday, August the 15th. Welcome all my new subscribers. How's everybody doing? I'd like to extend my condolences to everybody that's going through loss of loved ones, some diagnosis of health matters, loss of relationships, jobs. It's just a lot of us going through a whole lot of different types of emotion, different type of life events, that just devastating to us. But we have to know that, y'all, God is always there, right? No matter what your circumstances, there's going to be joy, right? Yeah, we can get through anything. We've done it before, haven't we? All right, I just want to come on this morning and talk to y'all just for a minute. I ain't going to be on here long. I just come on little bits and pieces here and there because I don't want to just be doing a lot of rambling because I can ramble. I realize that. But I just wanted to let anybody know that's going through something that God is with you. You're not suffering and you're not going through things alone. I've been seeing a lot. There are a lot of young athletes, a lot of the young athletes I've seen, they've succumbed to heat strokes. But also there's a lot of entertainers and influencers on YouTube and people that have gone through things that have eliminated themselves from this world. I'm going to put it like that. And y'all, no matter what the situation, every day is a new day for new grace, new mercy, and a chance to get it right. You know, sometimes we get in our feelings about things, we're hurting and we don't know how to do it. That's when you go to God. That's why I say I was thinking about I be listening to the Today Show as I'm getting ready for work. And I heard that they were saying that Taylor Swift broke the internet when she announced she have a new album coming out. I would be honest with y'all, I can't tell you one of Taylor Swift's songs. I know she's very popular, and all that. I know she's dating Travis Kelce because I hear people talking about it. But I really don't know anything about it. I think maybe she had a public breakup before or something. I'm not sure. But she's a very popular, very successful artist. But you know, I be thinking, I say, Lord, what if people would be like that about Jesus? What if people would take that same love for her and extend that to others through Christ? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think the world would be a better place. And it's not to downgrade any of her success or anything like that. I'm just saying, the author and finisher of your faith. What if we got on fire like that about him? What if the churches could be filled up like the venues where they're having the concerts? For Taylor Swift, Beyonce, all those people. There's nothing wrong with you liking what you like. Because God wants us to live an abundant life. He does. But what about living that life and praising and worshiping Him while doing it? That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. It's Friday morning. It is the weekend, baby. I'm actually going to a funeral. My church family's mom funeral on my break. But I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be blessed. And just let's continue to spread love and light wherever we go. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey, y'all. So I'm off work. I don't know if they listened to me or not. But at Sam's last week at Sam's, I had to pick up an order Thursday and Friday because I had a funeral Friday and Saturday. So I like to do Like everything I got now is for the funeral. I mean, we're doing a community feeding tomorrow. So, remember I did a video, a short, where I was talking about how at KMART, I was a scheduler, and we had a directive where we scheduled from 4 to 7, like 3 to 4 people, and they just worked that shift. And it was high school students, so that gave them enough time to get off work, out of school, come in, make a few dollars, and then just go ahead and go home, right? It worked out perfectly, y'all. By 6:30, the lines were going down, they left, we were good. And so I made it short. I'm going to post it here about that. Made that recommendation. Hey y'all, I'm here at Sam's, and I've been waiting almost an hour for a pickup. Well, it's been probably about 40 minutes. So this is what I would recommend. 5 to 6, 4 to 6 is probably a real busy time. So when I worked as a scheduler at KMART, what we would do is we hired miners, and their shift was 4 to 7. And by the time 7 o'clock, by the time they left, we had gotten rid of just about all the customers in the store. So I recommend that you beef up your scheduling from 4 to 7 and just hire your miners. 3 hours, you don't have to, if you have to give them a break, you can just stall them or whatever, but that would really help out the customer. So they come in right before that 5 o'clock traffic, and by 7 o'clock, everybody got their food and go home to cook. Think about that if you schedule. I got off work at 4:30. I got over here at about 4:45. Traffic a little heavy, it's Friday. And y'all, I got there, and it was young ladies working. Now, it was one young man working, but most of them were 5 o'clock. All my stuff loaded in the car. And when I tell you, I didn't see a car move last week, and it was packed. This week, y'all, they own it. They're on it. I even gave my girl a tip. Now, she real thin, and she picking up that stuff, she getting it. I've seen her place about 5 orders in the thing, and it was her and another young lady, and a young man just came on, and then another guy to be helping me. They're working today. It's a way it could be done. You know what? I loved retail work, and I really could be a consultant when it comes to retail. I really could. I see things, that I know will work, I know won't work. You know what I'm saying? I train something as small as bagging is important. You know what I'm saying? Making the foundation, making a square, putting the stuff, all that's important. And I met so many people doing retail, and like right now today, I see some of them. And where are you? What you doing? How you doing? Stuff like that. You just establish a rapport with people, and it lasts a lifetime. But the young lady said, what happens is, and I told her I'm guilty of it, she said people are put down at a time that they're going to come, but they don't come at that specified time, the reserved time. And I told her I'm guilty of it because yesterday, I was supposed to pick this same stuff up from Sam's yesterday I think 2 to 3. But at 5 o'clock, it was pouring down raining, so I didn't go. I just my son and I picked up the stuff from the other store, from Walmart and the other store, and we went on home. So, but that's the reason why I got to go home now, because I got some things that I have to take today that's at home, like onion and stuff. Last time, for the funeral last Friday, I had forgotten the Hellman's mail. But what happened is Sam's didn't give it to me. And so I called them. Well, I wrote the company. No, what I did is I did a refund online. And so they refunded my money and just told me to keep it. I couldn't keep it. I didn't have it. But anyway, it just so happened I had one at the house. It was for a funeral. It just so happened I had one at the house, so I got to replace mine back. But I had some of the small ones. I like to get the big ones from Sam's because they last a very, very, very long time. But I just wanted to tell y'all about that. If you have a business, and look at your historical data, and if you see a time that you're the most busy, say on the weekend, start scheduling, bumping up your schedule to make sure you're gonna have ample people at that time. All they're gonna do is make things flow, you know. And I used to tell the management, you can stock the shelves all day long, but if you don't have people to ring up the merchandise, it's just a waste. It's no point, right? So, yeah. Usually when school ends, I would say about 4. That's why I say 4 to 7. When school ends, they start about right at 4 o'clock. When school is out, it's like 5 o'clock. Well, 4:30, because a lot of businesses out, people get off at 4:30 too. So that time was perfect. Although Kmart closed, I'm telling you, I tell people this today. If you hire somebody that worked at Kmart, they have good work ethics. They just do. It was instilled in us. The way we worked together they created an atmosphere of a culture of being a team, and that made a big difference in how we performed. You know, there were times even the store manager himself, if the lines is backed up, the store manager would get on the register. You get on there, you get the lines down, you get off. Yeah, you serve your purpose and you keep moving. Yeah. Sometimes it will get real, real busy. I'd be in the back scheduling. I'd get out the computer, come in there and grab the key and let the supervisor get on the line. Or sometimes I would get on the register myself. I have a register. I will already be logged in if we get too busy. There's ways to do it. You can't work retail and think you're too good to get dirty or to wait on people or whatever. I like to do it. And I would have people, it's raining, so I'm not going to try that. I would have people that, they made a mistake and they had rung up all the stuff and they had forgot something or something happened, and I come there and key all those numbers back in because I was good with the keyboard. I don't know if I can still do that now. I don't know if my fingers that flexible. I don't know. But yeah, I do miss retail. I don't miss having to work the weekends and the holidays though. But when I worked at Lowe's, I didn't work very many weekends. I think I worked one Saturday a month. That's what was a deciding factor in me quitting though, because when my daughter went out to school and stuff, my son, some Saturdays I wouldn't have a babysitter. So that's the reason why. And then working all those long hours in management, that's why I decided to go ahead and leave. But I liked it. But my favorite place to work was Kmart. Those blue light specials, and for the holidays we closed the store, and everything would be about the store itself, the workers. I remember we had a manager, he valued my opinion, and I told him, I said, let's do like a pep rally. I said, let's come from the back of the store, like doing cheers and stuff. We closed the store that night, and we did that. We had so much fun. We had face paint for the kids. We had the kids in the back watching movies, and we had her with the kids. And she was one of them ones, baby, them kids are being toys. She tells you, go find your mom. Don't come back and say, oh my God. I wonder where that lady is now. When Kmart closed, she moved to, I think Shreveport, to be near one of her children. But I'm telling you, at one time, and Kmart were high family. One time we had a mother, father, and the 2 kids. They had a son and a daughter. But they moved to Shreveport too. But it was just so much fun. I had so much fun working at Kmart. I'm not gonna lie. I loved it. In fact, I worked at that store till the day they closed. Yep. But anyway, y'all, I ain't gonna be on here. I just want to tell y'all about that. Sam's, perfect job. Y'all did a good job today. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Happy Thursday, y'all. We're getting ready for our community feeding this weekend. Last weekend we had 2 funerals, but also I got some stuff because I'm doing white cakes, yellow cake, and chocolate. I always do chocolate because my pastor likes chocolate cake. One day next week we're gonna have buttermilk biscuits, and they said the dollies are very good. I said I'd get them one time just to try them and see. I got the jack of mackerel because we're going to have biscuits and mackerels. I used to love my mama fix that when I was a kid. We have this dressing mix because I think my last dressing before Thanksgiving going to be this weekend. I got powdered sugar. I got this big thing of seasoning blend because we're doing red beans with smoked sausages at church. I got these fries. I got the lettuce and tomato. That's what I bought. I picked this up. These are the items I picked up right here from the store. This is for tonight, and the lettuce and tomato because I'm doing chicken sandwiches. I got the bacon. I put in for the baker's jar. They didn't have it. They gave me the Pam. It's still empty. I like Pam smell like regular flour and stuff. Baker's jar tastes artificial. So also I got green onion, bell pepper, and regular onion along with the seasoning blend for the beans. You have to season those beans if you want them to taste good. I got the eggs. This is for the cakes. This is 30 eggs. I think for the cakes I need 8, 10, 4, 3. I need 32. I might need 40 because I'm doing another cake for this event. Okay, and then I got a Sam's pickup that I didn't go get because the weather's real bad right now. So I wasn't going to go over there and then go into church, tracking up all that water, slipping, so I just didn't do it. And that's all I have right now. Y'all be blessed, be safe. Much love. Bye. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. Today is our community feeding. And y'all, I be looking forward to it. I'm telling y'all, if I could provide for myself and travel and, be able to service others, like, I really, really, really would cook for a living. And so that's just some things I don't know. I know I was taking some business classes and I had to stop because it was at the time I was having to transport my son backwards and forwards to school because the way his dad worked, he was getting off. By the time he'd make it into town, school be started, and then he'd be getting ready for work when he got off. So unless it was the days he was off. So my son likes familiarity. So that would have him confused. So I just took it upon myself to do it. I did. Now, if he would be on vacation or something, he could do it for a whole week, yeah. But, that's how we worked that out. Co-parenting. But anyway, y'all, so, what I was going to tell y'all? Sorry, y'all. Running my mouth so much about nothing, I forgot what I was going to tell y'all. Oh, I was taking these business classes. And the guy said, we had to get up and we had to have a greeting line or whatever. I can't remember what mine was. I know it was good because I could tell by the expression on his face he liked it. And he's a very successful businessman. And I think that's something that I want to pursue. Where I know it is. So in the classes, we had this lady, and what she did is she prepared meals for families. Like, say for instance, you were a business person, but you worked, and maybe you had a nanny, or maybe you're a business professional man, and your wife really just can't cook, or you want to relieve her of that stress because she works also. This lady would cook, so she would have a menu, and you could pick from that menu for the week. And I thought that may be something I could do. And so I thought about, how a lot of times, like me, on Friday, excuse me, a lot of times on Friday, well, I don't cook on Friday. Unless I decide I don't want to eat out, I'll come home, and if I got something I like good, leftovers, or one time, a couple of times, I've just gone and bought me some catfish and came home on Friday with a salad or something, or fries or whatever. But I'm just saying, sometimes people just don't want to cook, and she would fix it in these pans, so you get a whole dinner. So, it's all kind of things you could do. Like, for me, I don't like serving old food. Let me tell y'all what happened to me. I went to this, we were supposed to have church, let me see. Yeah, we didn't have, they canceled Bible study Wednesday. So I had already decided that I wasn't cooking on Wednesday. Like if I don't have leftovers, I try to have leftovers for Wednesday. Like what I cook for Sunday, we have for Monday. And I've tried to start whatever we have for Tuesday, we have enough for Wednesday. Or we'll do sandwiches, or we'll just buy like a pizza or whatever. But I have really cut back on eating out. Not only is it getting real expensive, but the food is subpar. And it's not always like that. And I did a short talking about it. And the man was like, duh, just cook at home with her. I can do what I want with my money. And I do have an opinion, and my opinion does matter. Right? Y'all, I paid $36. It was 10 pieces of chicken, 2 large size. I think it was maybe 5 biscuits or something like that. So the chicken was old. If you cook, you know when chicken is not fresh. And I don't think this chicken was from the day before. I think it may have been 2 days old. So don't think because you going out to eat and you dressed to the nines and you spending your money bragging about going out to eat, you may just be eating the restaurant leftover food. We just had, and if I could find it, I'm gonna show it to y'all. We just had the Louisiana, well, all states probably do this, where they do like visits to the restaurants and they tell you about what their findings are, violations and all that. So, y'all, this one Mexican restaurant, they fined them or they sanctioned them or whatever. Y'all, they had food that was over 7 days old there. And I told my daughter, I said, you know what? I believe it. Because when my son graduated, after his graduation, we went there to eat. And so I like their seafood enchiladas. Well, when I got that food, I immediately knew it wasn't fresh. I couldn't eat it. I was like, oh no, this is not good. You know, it's a difference between something getting cold and something that's been warmed over or not warmed enough for it to still cold. If you cook a lot, you know it. You know it. So is that her already? Yeah, I was mad. I was like, well, wait a minute. Because, you know, this meal ain't cheap. I'm paying $19 for leftovers. I feel like that there should be a law where, there should be a law against that. Good morning. There should be a law against that. And I'm going to come back and talk to y'all about it because I want you to really pay attention. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.